North Korea fires rockets and torpedoes. Look what Trump immediately shot back from California. North Korea just marked the military anniversary with the country's largest ever live-fire artillery drills. Kim Jong-un saluted the army and then fired 300 large-caliber artillery pieces along the Wonsan coast. Then a day later South Korea and the US shot back and conducted military live-fire drills near the North Korean border. Donald Trump isn't playing around. He says that Jong-un isn't as strong as he claims and he is mad that the global community hasn't been reining him in. Then Trump just recently shot a Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile from California. The missile lifted off at 12:03 on Wednesday from the Vandenberg Air Force Base. This is totally a show of force. Tensions are rising. North Korea better watch out before it wakes up the American beast. The Minuteman III missile that we launched can travel up to 4,000 miles. Pyongyang in North Korea is 3,300 miles away. They have been warned. Here's a longer video of the event. What do you think about this? Comment below. President Trump just sent huge warning message to millions of Americans about what's happening now. This isn't good. Over the past few months, we have seen an increase in liberal tactics to thwart President Trump's plans for America. Every step that Trump makes forward is constantly halted by these deranged leftists. For example, when President Trump attempted to enact a temporary travel ban on people entering the country, the left went into a complete meltdown. They claimed that this was, in essence, a Muslim ban that was rooted in hate. Well, the rest of us were aware that this was not a Muslim ban at all, but something entirely different. The purpose of this travel ban was to properly vet people who were coming from countries with known terrorist ties. I mean seriously, what is the big deal? Apparently, it was a huge deal and the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals blocked the travel ban. Here is a flashback on that case from Independent Journal Review. In February, a panel of 3 judges from the Ninth Circuit heard arguments via telephone for and against the ban. The judges ruled that the ban was illegal and stopped it. The dissent castigated the other judges for ignoring U.S. Supreme Court decisions, acts of Congress, the Constitution and its own Ninth Circuit decisions in ruling against the ban. Which brings us to the most recent case that the Ninth Circuit Court has heard. Earlier this week, the Circuit Court blocked President Trump's executive order at denying federal aid to sanctuary cities. Of course, this absolutely absurd since the president does have the power to enact these orders. Well, it was soon discovered there was a much more nefarious plan we didn't see. It was revealed that Judge William H. Ark is an Obama donor who gave $200,000 to help elect the former traitor-in-chief. It is obvious that these judges are in the back pocket of Obama and his minions. Their main purpose is to completely dismantle the country and to stand in the way of President Trump. After President Trump discovered this disgusting detail, he went on Twitter to call them out. So, Trump has come up with a way to exact his revenge on these leftist judges and it is awesome. Trump is considering breaking the Ninth Circuit Court up because of their very liberal tendencies. According to The Blaze. In an interview Wednesday, President Trump said that he was looking into an option to break up the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that has given him so many headaches over his executive orders. When asked if he had considered previous proposals to break up the Ninth Circuit by the Washington Examiner, the president answered, "Absolutely, I have. There are many people that want to break up the Ninth Circuit. It's outrageous." Trump may be frustrated with a recent ruling by a U.S. District Court judge in San Francisco that blocked the implementation of his executive order to defund sanctuary cities of federal grants. Although the ruling by Judge William Warwick did not originate from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, if Trump appealed the ruling, that is where it would be considered. Everybody immediately runs to the Ninth Circuit, he continued. And we have a big country. We have lots of other locations. But they immediately run to the Ninth Circuit. Because they know that's like, semi-automatic. Trump is exactly right with what he said in this interview. These liberals crybabies who do not like a particular order then judge shop. The left knows that the Ninth Circuit Court is incredibly liberal so they run there knowing that they can get the ruling that they desire. But, what is interesting to note is that the Ninth Circuit Court has a terrible record. It has been revealed that 80% of this court's decisions are eventually overturned. Here is more of a PolitiFact. The Ninth Circuit's reversal rate is higher than average, but it's not the absolute highest among the circuit courts. That distinction goes to the Sixth Circuit, which serves Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, and Tennessee, with an 87% average between 2010-15. The Ninth Circuit placed third. These judges do not care what the American people want but only what their sick agenda is, and it needs to stop. These people are absolutely insane in their rhetoric and they won't stop till they are forced to. Thank goodness President Trump. Alert! Trump just sent warning message to millions of Americans, this is not good. Or the third time, an Obama-appointed judge has unlawfully blocked one of Trump's orders just because he doesn't like him, and once again it was a judge from the Ninth Circuit. The Ninth Circuit is so terrible that 80% of their decisions end up being overturned. This morning he took to Twitter and exposed how Obama was behind his orders being blocked. Judge William H. Orrick, the federal judge in San Francisco, WHO blocked Trump's order that would defund sanctuary cities. Is an Obama donor. WHO gave $200,000 to get him elected. Obama has this judge in his pocket. This morning he issued a series of tweets busting this coordinated effort to block his executive orders. He promised to take it all the way to the Supreme Court. Comments. Or the third time, an Obama-appointed judge has unlawfully blocked one of Trump's orders just because he doesn't like him, and once again it was a judge from the Ninth Circuit. The Ninth Circuit is so terrible that 80% of their decisions end up being overturned. This morning he took to Twitter and exposed how Obama was behind his orders being blocked. Sponsored by Rev Content. Cash Juin had de lo ibo nu lalo iboki shine trung. Tim Hoovy sen fam. Detoxic. 11 celebrities had their life sucked out and look old. Fyre like you. Du trive nintine akon kan fothu at chitrong 7 gay. Jup ban lam dep. Judge William H. Orrick, the federal judge in San Francisco, WHO blocked Trump's order that would defund sanctuary cities. Is an Obama donor. WHO gave $200,000 to get him elected. Obama has this judge in his pocket. This morning he issued a series of tweets busting this coordinated effort to block his executive orders. He promised to take it all the way to the Supreme Court. Sponsored by Rev Content. Cash Juin had de lo ibo nu lalo iboki shine trung. Tim Hoovy sen fam. Find out more. 69,124. Trump just exposed the Democrats' dirty system of judge shopping. It seems awfully shady that every time the Democrats want to overturn something Trump has ordered, they judge shop and find some Obama-appointed judge on the Ninth Circuit who will overturn anything Trump orders, even if it's lawful. This is how they plan on stopping everything Trump does. What do you think about this? Comment below. Just in. President Trump made bold move to shut Obama's shadow government. It's happening, folks. Barack Obama figured out how to be one of the most grounded and sharpest liberal elitists. I will give him this title in light of the fact that, not at all like Hillary and McCain, he succeeded the best of them, every single liberal follower, and has a huge responsibility for the globalists' motivation and their shadow government. Shadow government, profound state words that help us to remember something pitiless and dark. It is not a trick. Simply look what they did to the USA. These liberals attempted to make an ignorant independent country. Simply look what they do, imbecilic little welfare arrangement as opposed to giving employments, mainstream media mentally conditioning rather than through and through freedom and appropriate instruction, LGBT and psychological warfare rather than religion, spirituality and peacefulness. That is the thing that they need to do. Donald Trump sees them. He all of a sudden appeared unexpectedly and broke their system. From that minute on, the baffled and urgent liberal elitists attempt to adhere to their shadow government. Obama's remains kept an eye on Trump, that is without a doubt. Comey and the NSA attempted to offer fake stories. They said that the Trump Tower had been under reconnaissance because of the nearness of some Russian crowd manager. Decent reason. Toward the finish of Flynn's investigation, it was additionally affirmed that he is clear and guiltless but spied on him anyway. Just to offer fake news stories to dishonor the president. What's more, once more nothing happens. The liberals' dependable escape with their violations. Not anymore. Donald Trump started the final destruction of the liberal deep state. Trump just embedded 16 hand-chosen aides into multiple federal agencies to both monitor and report back on the actions of existing cabinet secretaries. As per Washington Post and affirmed by Angry Patriot Movement, we are glad to report the end of the dirty snake's realm. Drain the swamp. After the risk to stop with that, Trump simply did the inverse. He turns out to be a major warrior and an intense loyalist. Behind the scenes, though, they're on another mission, to monitor cabinet leaders and their top staffs to make sure they carry out the president's agenda and do not stray too far from the White House's talking points. Told by multiple WH officials with knowledge of the new arrangement to the Washington Post. Trump is going to shut down Obama's shadow government. It's official. The deep state's towers are falling down, the global elite suffers in agony. What do you think about this? Did you support Trump in this? If your answer is hell yes, then share this article on your Facebook profile.